Hey, I'm back. I was interrupted. Uh, I was interrupted. My mom just came home and she wanted to show me something. So the show starts in a match for WrestleMania 37, which Sunday, April the 11th. They're announcing that there will be a triple threat match for the Universal Championship. Edge versus Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan versus Edge, the 11-time world champion. Now about this WrestleMania theme. They were doing the little pirate scene, the pirate scene because of the pandemic that we had last year. So they like redoing the pirate theme. Here comes the rated R superstar. I'm surprised the fans still cheering for him. And like I said earlier, he's the winner of 2021 Royal Rumble battle. It's been 10 years since Edge became champion. Edge was describing what happened with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns and chaotic and full of mayhem. The reason is that Daniel Bryan, when Daniel Bryan was fighting Roman Reigns and was close to winning the Universal Championship, and Edge stopped it. At first, Daniel Bryan said it was the reason. At first, Edge said it was the reason for his return. Daniel Bryan was the reason for his return. Edge claimed to be mad at Daniel Bryan, but yet gave him credit. Edge also made an accusation that Adam Pearce is money hungry based on the decision he made. I don't know if he's money hungry. Money hungry for real? So he claiming he's all money hungry and shit based on the decision he made, but I don't think Adam is doing this for money. He made that decision because Edge and Daniel Bryan both wanted that title, but Edge soon realized he was truly the rated R superstar. But cheering when Edge sounded But everybody was cheering where Edge sounded determined to get the U.S. Universal Champion. Main event for the night, the main event for that show was Daniel Bryan versus Jey Uso in a street fight. Let's see how that turns out. Edge being interviewed about Daniel Bryan. Jey Uso, it ain't like he cared about it. A street fight between Daniel Bryan and Jey. It ain't like he cared about it, but what he does care about is whether Daniel Bryan makes it to WrestleMania or not. So, we went on a tag match. Otis and Chad Gable, Robert Roode, and Dolph Ziggler versus Dominic, Rey Mysterio, and the Street Profits. First off, the entrance with the Street Profits was weird. First of all them red cups falling from the ceiling. What was that all about? And Montez is sliding down a ramp like he was crawling. Dominic and Dolph Ziggler start off. Dominic impressed me with his DDT. With his swinging DDT on Dolph Ziggler. Good team are amazing, flying out the bad team. Rey Mysterio goes for the 619 and Robert Roode stops it. Otis picks up the win for the team. Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville was talking and Paul Heyman walks in. Speaking for the Triple Threat Chief, put Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan in the street fight match is going to be short. Daniel Bryan's career is going to be real short. It's going to shorten Daniel Bryan's career. Sonya agrees. Seth Rollins comes on out in a weird tie-dye suit. You should see the other suit he wore recently. Last week, Seth was taking out his frustration on Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cesaro comes out to his rescue. Rollins got out the way. Then he swore that he will never be sworn because Cesaro was swinging him around, making him dizzy. He'll never be sworn by Cesaro again. Cesaro attacks him again. I don't know what the hell was going on. Referees try to stop him. So Sami Zayn in the red carpet premiere. Special guest is Logan Paul. Gary Gage interviewed Seth Rollins and Cesaro, and now there's some beef between them two. Seth been at WrestleMania before. However, this is Cesaro's first match at WrestleMania. Cesaro had a lot of shortcomings lately since Seth wanted to bring it up, which is none of his damn business. Unfortunately, he forgot to mention that Cesaro and Nakamura were tag team champions. I even wanted to mention that he was also the USA champion, if I'm not mistaken. The US champion. WrestleMania, he swore that he can't fail. So Seth claims that he was humiliated. How? This fool claimed he was being pressed with questions. Seth is talking about all his accomplishments, especially at WrestleMania, and all the that one WrestleMania you lost to Drew McIntyre last year. Oh, what's that? Money in the Bank. Yeah, Money in the Bank you lost to Seth Rollins. You even lost to Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, so and so all this, so he also talked about all this history, but it has nothing to do with what's going on right now. So the pressure is on. Does Cesaro thinks he have what it takes to beat Rollins? I think so. He will embarrass Rollins. Now Rollins is all fired up when Cesaro is trying to get under his skin. Rollins claims he's going to beat Cesaro. Okay. Alright. Cesaro dares him to take the swing. Instead, Seth Rollins left the ring. Carmella is getting ready for her match, and she sees Nia Jax with this dude by their side. I don't know who that is. I didn't know his name. I sure didn't. I sure didn't even find out. This dude whispered in Nia Jax's ear about how Carmella treats him, and Shayna Baszler and Natalya and with Tamina. Nia Jax is in the commentary. I hear that Nia Jax will be in action on Monday Night Raw against two women. Oh, well, Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Her and Nia Jax and her partner Shayna Baszler. I know she ain't gonna be in no handicap match. Natalya picked up the win. That was fast. Nia Jax was shocked. Nia Jax knocks Natalie down. Tamina goes in after the champs. That didn't go well for them. Then the Riot Squad gets involved. Mandy Moore and Dana Brooks. And Lana and Naomi. Now, Natalya and Tamina were the main ones standing. Carmella was watching the whole thing goes down, and then Billie Kay brings her picture over. You don't want to go back to your buddy Peyton Royce, but you want to impress Carmella with your damn picture. Okay. Sami Zayn gets ready for the red carpet, and there comes the guest of honor, Logan Paul. Honestly, I don't know who Logan Paul is. I should look him up. Sami Zayn was so happy and excited to see Paul Logan. Sami had a nice gold suit. He had a nice gold suit, and he has a match at WrestleMania against Kevin Owens. He talks about this conspiracy against him. It's always a conspiracy every time something happens. This dude, you know, he sound like Dr. Britt Baker in AEW. She got injured last year. This woman sits up here. When she comes back in a wheelchair, she was talking about all this damn conspiracy. Even when she lost a match, she was talking about that shit. What conspiracy are you talking about? So he has he introduced Logan Paul and started dancing around, and he's a horrible dancer. You should see him. Zayn thanked Paul for standing with the oppressed. Paul thanks Zayn for inviting him on a Friday Night SmackDown show in a Thunderdome. It's great being there. Zayn claims that there's something shady going on when he's competing. He invited Paul to be his guest at WrestleMania. This documentary is what it claims to be a sign of conspiracy, right? It was supposed to be a sign of conspiracy, right? To me, it looked like he's playing the victim every time he did something wrong. He beats on the cameraman. Paul looks like he doesn't see anything going on, and Zayn asks Paul to share his thoughts. Paul said it's a lot to take in, but he talked to Kevin Owens and he told him that Sami Zayn is delusional and there's no conspiracy. Sami is up there acting crazy. He's yelling, "You're my guest! You're my guest! You're not Kevin Owens' guest, you're my guest!" Oh, let me drink this. My throat's getting dry. It's a soda I made by Soda Stream. Tastes weird. Then he apologized. "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you." Zayn apologized. "I don't care what it dude was," and now then he goes on saying, "I don't care what Kevin Owens thinks. I just want his position. I don't want him. He don't want him poisoning your mind. I don't want him poisoning your mind." Kevin Owens automatically shows up and stuns him. Then he tells him, "If you get up and if you keep up with this shit, this going on, this is what's going to happen. I can't talk some sense into you. Gonna have to beat some sense into you." And Paul is confused. KO pushed Paul aside like he ain't shit and left. To me, it's like he felt Paul Logan, he felt disrespected. I could tell by the look on his face. Edge talked to Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville. He already knows how Edge feels about the triple threat match. A match at WrestleMania. However, a street fight match with Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso is a good idea, and it will be. He's going to be in the commentary. Now off with Carmella versus Bianca Belair. I gotta admit, Carmella looks awesome in her outfit. Kevin Owens was in review. Okay. He has to send a message to not only to Sami, but the crazy dude, but to everybody in the locker room, that he would stun everybody anytime Sami attacks him. He said he will see him at WrestleMania. Back to the women's match. A promo on Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks was controversial enough. So Bianca Belair interviewed, she would face the real Sasha Banks, the one with the attitude, the one The I don't give a fuck that I'm the legit boss attitude at WrestleMania. Carmella is the former women's champion. So she talks about how she got a chip over, how Bianca talks about how this woman Carmella got a chip over her shoulder. The match starts off with Carmella attack Bianca Belair from behind. She rises up, taking down Carmella and win. Sasha Banks ran up to her and grabbed her, trying to give her a backstabber, and from behind, Bianca pulled back and she's backing down. She's like, not today. Wait till WrestleMania. Wait till WrestleMania. Okay. King Corbin. Oh, Lord. He's complaining that he's tired of being disrespected on SmackDown. He demands respect because he's the king. I'm about sick of him and this king shit. Get off that king gimmick. Somebody said that king gimmick was holding him back. It sure the hell is. Here's that Bobby Lashley order offers $45,000 to take out Drew McIntyre. He takes the opportunity. Why? Because he's desperate. Now he's talking about everyone will disrespect and bow down to the king. Apollo Crews and his fake ass. Now are we on to Apollo Crews and his fake ass Nigerian accent? Since when does he start claiming he's Nigerian? What the hell is going on in WWE? He says that he's also being disrespected by Big E at Fastlane. He figures he wants to win the Intercontinental Championship right by having a Nigerian drum fight. He claims the fight was created by his ancestors for those who were wrong to make it right. There are no rules, limitations, just the beat of the drums that sound so loud that will take place at WrestleMania. So Paul Heyman approached Edge, trying to act like he agreed that it should have been him versus Roman Reigns. Oh, Paul for the Universal Championship. But Daniel Bryan jumping in, that's going to slow their chance. And Edge was like, you know what? I don't know what you got up your damn sleeves, but I'm going out there as commentary. And he just left. Daniel Bryan versus Jey Uso. They both started off boxing. Roman Reigns come out in the middle of the match. Paul Heyman comes out with a seat for him on stage. But he don't want to sit by Edge, right? Oh, because he afraid Edge gonna do something. Edge says Jey Uso the main event. The main event. Jey Uso now pulls out a chain and starts hitting Daniel Bryan. Edge said he fears no man. Daniel Bryan fights back. Daniel Bryan became aggressive. Daniel Bryan wants to submit by submission. Then attacks Edge afterwards. After the fact. Then he looks at Roman Reigns and the Universal Championship, moving towards Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns throws a chair. Daniel Bryan put Roman Reigns in a submission. Officials finally broke him loose. Got back in the ring and did this. Okay, that was my review. I'll come back with another review. I'll see y'all later. Love y'all and good night.